Hi, my name is Lexi Jong and welcome to my channel. Today I have with me two pieces from the new SUQQU Autumn Winter 2020 collection. And these are my first SUQQU purchases. I purchased the blush compact, which I've been dying for ever since I first saw the promo pictures. And I also purchased one of the new Moisture Rich lipsticks. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. First off, let's start with the packaging. This is the cheek palette or powder blush compact 101, and it is 0.57 ounces or 16.5 grams. It is made in Japan, and this is the outer box, and it's that plasticized material. So it's like the cardboard with the little plastic layer on top. And then when you open this up, this is foam, which I thought was actually a nice way to protect it. Although I'd rather use cardboard since it's a little bit more environmentally friendly. This here is the compact, and it is nice. You've got this nice shiny black compact here. It's got a good heft to it. SUQQU is written here, and then you have shiny gold on the back. And when we open it up, we do have a full-size mirror that takes up all of that space. And then this here is the palette, and it did come with a plastic cover on it, but when I took this out and actually put it on my Instagram stories when I received this yesterday, and I dropped my lipstick when I was putting the cap back on it, and I dropped it right on the plastic cover. So the cover is gone, but this here is the palette. Okay, so we've got these 4 shades here. I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, those are very pretty. Let's go ahead and look at the highlight shades. These are the 2 highlights. The thing I like about this palette is I feel like this palette has something for everybody, and it would really work for pretty much every skin tone. These highlights are gorgeous, even though this is going to be a little deep for me for a cheek highlight. I think this is gonna be gorgeous on the eyes. I mean, look at that shade, that's beautiful. And then all of these blushes, they're kind of like they're more of a satin finish. I think the beauty of having a blush palette is I personally really like to be able to swirl and mix my blushes. So I'm really looking forward to testing that out with this. The lipstick also comes in the plasticized cardboard box. This is the Moisture Rich lipstick, and I purchased number shade 117 Gincheong. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. And again, this one is also made in Japan. And this is what it looks like. So at the top, you've got like a little mirror so you can kind of look and see what it is you are doing when you're applying your lipstick. I always think that's a nice touch. And the label's actually here on the back, and you have a label on the bottom as well. The lipstick is 0.12 ounces or 3.7 grams. And here's the shade I purchased. And I haven't swatched it yet, but again, I did drop this yesterday when I first opened it. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so it's got that balmy sheer texture I like, and you can see where I kind of have it built up in the middle from my dent, that you can definitely get it deeper, or you can have it more sheer. This texture looks beautiful. There's a little bit of shimmer in here, and it's berry, but there's a purple tint to it. So there is a little purple mixed into the berry. I'm not positive, but I feel like the little shimmer sparkles in there are maybe like lavender, and that's what gives it a little bit more of that purple effect. Well, I have the rest of my makeup on already. I'm wearing the Cocondo Aqua Foundation, and I put the Sisley Phyto Putra Compact Powder on top of that. So that's what I have on my face. The eyes are the Chanel Splendeur Audace limited edition palette. And if you are interested in that palette, it's not really widely available anymore. However, I think the color story on it is fantastic. So even if you can't get shades like this from Chanel, I'm finding this palette has so many endless combinations. We've got this beautiful blue, the green, which is all over my lids. The black it's a light powdery black, so it's really easy to kind of add to other colors, which is not something I typically do, but I did use it underneath the green on the outer corner to kind of deepen that up. And then you have this gorgeous coppery shade. So even if you weren't able to get this particular palette, I think recreating a palette like this with some single shadows, perhaps one of the indie brands, you know, they'll have a wide variety of shadows in these types of colors. I think it's just a great color story. It's so easy to use. I think today I'm going to do a mix of these two shades for my blush. And again, if you're looking at the swatches, these are the top two. And then I'm going to use the second to last shade for my highlight. I'm going in with blush with the SUQQU Z4. I'm just going to dab a little bit in each. Okay, you can see how pigmented that is. I'm just going to dab that on my microfiber cloth. So I took off some of that. And let's go ahead and see how this looks. There's definitely quite a bit of pigment from these, which, considering it's Japanese, I didn't really expect it to have so much pigment right off the bat, because the Japanese are really into more subtle makeup. So a lot of their formulas are really more light to buildable instead of being pretty pigmented straight off the bat. And I think this is kind of like a nice mix. It's definitely a blendable formula. Okay, so there's that shade. I'm just gonna add a touch more of this lighter shade and kind of buff that in a little. So here's that. Okay, same combination of the two for this side. Just going in with a touch of just the lighter shade on top. Then for highlight, I'm taking the Refer 20 fan brush. I'm gonna go into this light pink shade. Again, super pigmented, it comes up very easily. That really gives a nice sheen. Can you see it? It's definitely still going to be a little bit more of a subtle shimmer. It's a soft highlight. Gives a really nice glow. All right, the blush is a little bit more heavy-handed than what I would typically wear on a day-to-day basis, but I wanted to make sure you could really see the actual formula and the colors of it. But you can see that it's a really nice formula. It blends very well. It's a powder blush with plenty of pigment, but you can definitely, you know, make it light, make it deep. And I think that's gonna make this palette work really well for a wide variety of people and skin tones. Again, here are the swatches of all of these, and you can just see that they've really kind of incorporated warmer and cooler tones. This one's gonna be a little bit more of a pinky neutral. We've got a nice bright pop of color, cool tone pink. This shade here is gonna have a little bit of that auburn kind of cinnamon color mixed into it. That's gonna be beautiful for warm skin tones. And you could even mix this in with like a bronzer or something for a little bit of oomph. This last shade here for the blushes is this really pretty coral shade. And again, you can go light-handed and have it kind of blended out more where it is right here, or obviously go a lot deeper. And then the highlights, gorgeous. I can't wait to try this bottom shade on my eyes. It's this really soft, it's like got a little bit of peach to it, a little bit of brown to it. I just think it's beautiful, and it's got that nice subtle shimmer to it as well. Just gonna go in with some finishing powder. I'm using the Sonia-G Face One and the Guerlain Meteorites in Light. Just gonna buff that in, and then we'll go ahead and try on the lipstick. I am done with my face now, so let's go ahead and take a look at the lipstick. Again, this is number 117, Genshin. I just got a little goopy spot just from where I have it dented in there, so that wasn't part of the lipstick issue. I have never, as I mentioned, these are my first SUQQU products. I've never tried these lip products before, but this formula feels great. I really like it. Texturally, it reminds me a bit of Linda Hallberg's Fantastic lipsticks. So it has that like thicker balm texture. It's a little bit balmier than the Chantecaille Lip Chics. So it has a little bit of a thicker balm feeling. It's very moisturizing, almost like a heavy duty lip balm. I mean, obviously the color payoff is really nice. So this isn't super deep, but let's go ahead and add some more. So you can build the color up. I love the amount of shine that I'm getting from this, and I love the color. I think it is a beautiful, beautiful berry shade. One of the things I like about this berry shade is that it's not just berry. There's a little hint of lavender in it, and I think that distinguishes it from other berry products that are on the market that always tend to go a little bit more red based. I think this makes it a little bit softer in appearance, and you know, surprisingly, I think it looks a little bit more natural than a lot of other berry lipsticks, which, you know, I guess I wouldn't really think of something a little more purple based looking a little bit more natural, but I think it does. Overall, I am thrilled with these SUQQU purchases. I really love the way this lipstick feels. I will have wear time information down below in the description box. I think the blush and highlight turned out very natural looking, and I love the different combinations that I can play around with. I personally really love cheek palettes, and I think this is a really nice combination. The SUQQU Autumn Winter collection is currently exclusive to Selfridges, but it will be released to other retailers towards the end of August. I want to say it's around August 20th, but I'm not 100% sure on that date. SUQQU is not a brand that's readily available here in the US, so purchasing it from Selfridges was a nice option for me. I was very, very pleased to see it there, but things sold out pretty quickly. I'm not sure what their restocking plans are, but again, it will be available for sure at Harrods later on this month. If you are interested in seeing the full autumn winter collection from SUQQU, Amra from Amra's Beauty blog, she purchased everything that's currently available, and she put a review up yesterday with the items she purchased. Everything looks so pretty. There are items such as the eyeshadow quad that I was not interested in prior to watching the video. I think the still photos just didn't really do it justice, but seeing it, you know, kind of move with the lighting and so forth, I'm actually way more interested now. And there's a single green eyeshadow that just looks really pretty. I now want all of the lipsticks. So it's definitely a gorgeous collection, and I wish I had picked up more when it was readily available, but I will be taking a look to see when they kind of restock. So pay attention to my Instagram. I'll post things on there when I see any restocking alerts as well. And just so you know, I usually post the sales information on my Instagram stories, so be sure to check those out. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video today. I am so happy with this blush palette and this lipstick. Honestly, like, I didn't expect to like the lipstick so much. I figured it would just be kind of like a regular lipstick, but this is the kind of texture I really like. Those more balmy, comfortable feeling lipsticks. They still have pigment, but you know, they're not sticky, and yet they feel more like a lip balm than a lipstick on the lips. I personally really, really enjoyed this texture, and I love the color that I purchased. The blush palette, again, it's just so versatile. I love the shades that they have in there. I love being able to mix and match these, and I think all of these shades are going to be wearable or mixable for me, and I think these will work for pretty much any skin tone as well. And the formula is very buildable. It's a powder, but it's not like one of those powdery powders. So if you look, you know, I don't really have any like kick up or dust in the pan. So it's firm, but it comes up very easily. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Stay safe and healthy. Have a great day.